Hey, is it day 25?
It is.
Is day 25 of Mike and Mary with business as usual.
With an asterisk.
What does the asterisk mean again?
Be safe, stay home, use technology, become virtual.
And keep working.
Yeah.
For those of you who are brand new to doing video presentations, remember going through the program and Floyd said, what's scary about going on a listing appointment? And the answer, of course, was?
Everything.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember everything. But really, if you're making that transition using new technology, the scariest part is just getting started.
Yeah. And our tendency, of course, is once we are connected virtually to dive right in. We're excited to share with them, talk to them, reveal what's going to happen. They might even take control, asking us a bunch of questions like, what kind of price did you come up with? That's where Floyd Wickman material, oh, thank goodness, it's timeless. Because whether you're face-to-face at a kitchen table, like we will be again, or at some point, and it might not be as frequently as it used to be, we're going to like this technology stuff. This is good use of our time and energy. So whether we're on a screen or whether we're at a kitchen table or an office table somewhere, the process is the same, and it begins with breaking the ice.
Yep.
So pay them a compliment, small talk a little bit, express caring, ask how their family is doing, ask how homeschooling is going, ask what it's been like living under that roof all together, and really get an idea of where they're at. Connect with them, and you'll be much more likely to get that listing. Most people list with someone they like.
And there will come a point in time when you feel, okay, the ice is broken. It's time to get started. And then you take out your preview of coming attractions dialogue. Remember, it's in two parts. There's the setup and the decision process.
And of course, we call preview of coming attractions by its nickname.
The POCA.
That's right, POCA. So let's do the setup today.
Yeah, good idea.
All right.
The setup begins with your permission question.
Oh, yes.
Use their names. Bill and Helen, before we begin, may I show you how I work?
Yeah, get permission to start. Then the next thing you're going to do is reassure.
And the reassure is to reassure them that you're not going to pressure them into making a decision that they're not ready to make. Sometimes you can say it like this. I didn't get us together so I could take a listing from you simply for the sake of me having another listing. Anyone could do that. The only reason I want you folks to consider hiring me tonight is because you're convinced I'm the best agent to help you go through with your plans.
And now I'll say it because I would say it just a little different, but whatever you say, you should use your own words, all right? So I might reassure like this. Hey, I just wanted to start by letting you know that I have no intention of putting any pressure on you or causing you to make a decision that wouldn't be right for your family. I've built most of my business based on referral. In other words, people are happy with the job that I do for them, and that wouldn't be the case if all I was doing was pressuring. So at this moment, I don't even know if I can help you achieve your goals. I just want you to be able to take a breath and relax and know we're in this together, one step at a time.
And then we introduce that timeless Wickman ingredient of delivery called fear of loss.
Oh, if you have ever been in a Floyd Wickman program, you have heard us teach you that fear of loss is a greater motivator than
opportunity to gain.
So opportunity to gain is powerful. It's people make decisions because there's a benefit to it. But if you want people to make decisions and make them now, create a little bit of urgency using fear of loss. And how does the fear of loss go?
Well, we're going to show them the expired list. We're going to introduce that. That's a list of properties that were on the market and did not sell.
So we would bring that list with us and actually hold it up in front of that screen so they can see it. All right? Flip through it or roll it out.
Why? Because people will not necessarily do what you tell them to do to get on the sold list, but they will do what you tell them to do to stay off the expired list. So, are you familiar with what we call the expired list?
Why, no.
Well, I took the liberty to print out a copy to show you. This is a list of people who had their homes on the market recently, nearby, and they didn't sell. And all the folks on this list have two things in common. First is, because their home didn't sell, they had to change their plans. The second is, frankly, in my opinion, they picked the wrong agent.
All right, so those are the two things in common. And what's the last step then?
Well, then we say to them, to prevent this from happening to you. And we're going to introduce them to our 5-step process. So I will say, so to prevent this from happening to you, I use a standard 5-step procedure whenever I meet with a new client for the first time. So with your permission, I'd like to show you how I work. And if it's okay with you, we'll just do things one step at a time together tonight and put our heads together to make sure you stay off this expired list. Fair enough?
Sounds like we should meet tomorrow to share the 5 steps.
Ooh. I think that's a wonderful idea.
So before we go
We're
today,
not going anywhere, by the way.
would you rattle the whole thing off?
I think it's your turn to do that today.
All right. Well,
I love your dialogue. It's so
we
smooth.
we say it all. We all say it with our own words. We're smooth, right? All right. So, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, before I begin, may I show you how I work?
Sure.
Gonna answer? All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to just reassure you that I didn't meet with you here today to put any pressure on you or to cause your family to make a decision that they would regret. That's certainly the last thing I would ever do. And at this moment, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to help you achieve your goals. So no pressure from me today, okay?
Thank you.
Are you folks familiar with the expired list at all?
What's that?
Oh, well, it's basically a list of people that all met with their realtor, some of them virtually, some of them before we were doing things just virtually. And every one of these people have two things in common. The first thing that they have in common is they all made a decision that they were going to sell their house. They put their house on the market. They planned on making a move. The second thing they have in common, though, is they didn't move. Like nobody on this list actually went through with their plans.
Oh.
Now, I don't know how you feel about that, but it seems to me somebody made a mistake somewhere along the way, and probably it had to do with the real estate agent. So for you not to end up on this list, and for me not to end up on this list, here at On Track Realty, we've developed a 5-step process that keeps us off the list. May I share it with you?
Wow. Brilliant.
Yeah, well, we're trained.
In other words, we're accomplishing a few things in order, using our own words, our own vocabulary. Develop your own unique selling style, but follow Floyd's track, and you'll do well.
See you tomorrow.